Abo kibanzo bakinimba omusonde kiro kyomunabire tuwutu mweni oyule special tuwutu mweni wembane nkuna tunamba kanganira itsuka yenga yohwere tukaba tuti tukindira kiro kyomunabire omweni mukulu akasa eshatukaniriyo komyatsi yobusombole na kututsebo akarundya akaloro aka obukulu Arabia National Vice Chairperson ONRM in charge of Western Region. So kiro kyomunabire abirika mu studio ekinimbo omusonde kiro kyomunabire akashabakanirya ngane byahayi ebya bawutere ngane byahayi ebya kanza arikola ngane byahayi ebya kalangira ate mwangana hamba nabo mwamahamba hauma imwatoke recall. So at this juncture I take this opportunity to welcome our dear visitor today, our special guest, especially our second introducing you and Mangamanga no high, nature mamuleta ganichai. Our dear guest, I take this opportunity na kutangira studio Kasese Guide Radio, Kasese kandi ningamba anti introducing bakwetoha noruga nkaha kandi chakuleta nikia. Nuko bakumanya abantu webali.
Olunyoro mbalimanya okulumanya.
Nabakasese balumanya. Yeah.
Okay, Abanyakasese, Rwenzori, Fort Potro, ni na district zone ya Estretoroire nambe redie kwika. Kyalemba ile bunyangabo ni bangamba nao negirayo kimu. Kandi tulioma balina agamba guide tutuguliriza muno. So thank you so much for having the wonderful radio, Guide Radio. Nyowe mukasese kindi muhyaka nyo mumanyire muno ni nyowe engineer Jonard Asiimwe akiki kandi ogwo abaire muno mukasese muno nawo mujja mbaire habintu bya Kilembe Mines by the way. Nkabandi aba engineers enyuma abayizire for assessment.
Okay.
Kilembe Mine ekusobora okugaruka mweta kandi ekafoka yamani muno. Actually nkamara like 3 weeks mu hotel ya Margarita. Tuli mu planningira kyonkangira nambire mu ikire right now ni mugendo mais. Nokulola ebisaro bya river Nyamambwa nkarura nti ebisaro bindi bitali baneza so twalenga okubidesigninga niko abantu batasobola kufuna ebyo bintu nkamataba gabeni gabatwala. Jonard Asiimwe, I want to introduce once again. I'm Jonard Asiimwe, an engineer. Kandi nja kumikisinga olunyoro olutoro n'olujunga. I think it is okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So that we can be able to listen to each other. Nzarwa Hoima kandi the chairman wa NRM Hoima City.
Okay.
Who came unopposed kandi ni ndi muntu aliwenkurakurana n'ebintu bikwawukana muno. Ndi muntu asomereho ebintu kandi nsomereho up to all levels kandi ndi muntu abaire muno n'abantu have been having everybody around kandi ninyesimba hakikaro ya National Vice Chairperson for Western Region.
Yes.
It is the first kind from Rwenzori and Bunyoro. We are taking only one candidate. And that is Engineer Jonard Asiimwe. Some of you have been watching him on Jazz of Kitara FC. Hano aroho omukuru wa Kasese Shikurenze. Bulikaire aikara na interesi. Muina Kasese Shikurenze, right?
Yeah, tuina benaka timu ya besikana.
Yes, baikaire muno ni bangamba bakwenda kundora. Nja kubaho bwire bandole tulole naye timu twantusakura kwaneza ya Kasese. But Jonard ni wogo kandi tugenda kuba ntongerawe ebintu bingi nibasona abantu batito no batabaze kyonka abansendekerezo nka publicity wange wa Hoima City kale we introducing mu katito takatandiki
yeah
amabara niraka ni nyomu 7 Robert amoti rugana mu msita ba publicity wa Hoima East Division.
Okay.
Kandi wasira timu Jonard abosera karuru ka Western Region kuba state member wetu.
Wagamba bagota Museveni?
Museveni Robert Amoti.
Museveni. Museveni. Okay. Akali wabala kuja ba Museveni.
Amen.
Kali.
Okay. Asa for introducing cause again.
Yeah.
Sasa amaharagani ni nyowe tumwesiga Derek Collins. Kandi na nyowe ndio msita empaka mbadiri ninduka mdisi ya Kiriandongo.
Okay.
Kandi uwo ndi mwekulembeza wa abeminyi.
Okay.
Ndibasire timu Jonard. Twajja kuno kuseera kandi nokugamba abantu bakasese bagire Jonard.
Yes.
Mwe wale muno kutubuliriza.
Yeah, thank you so much engineer for coming. First of all, nje kutandikira akanto ka keminyetu. You know, I was very happy when you said you were asking whether we have nga team ya Shikren or ya bakazi ya baisiki. I was like, I think this is better. One of the biggest challenges is that in most cases we receive you. Mwija hano, mwija Toro, Bunyangabo, Bundibujo, Hoima, nezindi districts of Western region. Ito nkeminyitu. When you go back, Kantora Barole, what plans do you have? First of all, before you you give us much more that you have in your menu today. What do you have for the youth specifically? Now that you have even the two youth, they have accompanied you. In a program,
okay. I want to hear Kara, but I would think what I have for the youth, maybe what I've already done for the youth would come first. Yeah, because you have taken me to the climax of the discussion.
Okay.
But the truth is that I would go slowly, and then to ensure that everybody understands before I come to what I have done. But simply to answer the question, because there have been to first of all, nyaka creating a millimeter hansi emitwaro musanju Uganda yon. Take your saki kizobo sakyang.
Oh, done.
That is very good. I'm a project development engineer. Kana mbenya rugire China ugaruka mu Uganda ombuirobo wa 2016. Ikiandesere kiri okurakuraniza abantu nokurakuraniza generally Uganda hatari gamba omuntu omu. And I have done a number of developments, even talent development. By the way, you can look at sports. Kangene mpira byonka okurora anti ne timu zilikaini sponsoringa ni Muhura Mbale Heroes, ni Muhura Kitara FC, ni Muhura amatimu gangi kaka Boma, team over 20 teams on by Nestekam Center, close to 2.5 billion shillings.
Okay.
Oha abokuba tikuli gawanti nkwenda muno mpira. But the talent development would create also opportunities to the youth. Because not every youth ngwa somere, ngwa inebitavu, arohabo abaina talent zabo, nurwa Kampala Queens owa Shikren zinagimanya, Kampala Queens katware kikopo, nayo ya baisiki, ya magogegi. Ninyaba inagiteka msente, stile katware kikopo. So, if I go like that, it means that there are things I have done. Mu technology tukozere bintu bingi, kandi tu mentoringira abantu baingi. Even we have been moving in a number of schools, we establishing our innovation clubs, ukuranti tuwa mentoring abana banu, nambili barayikira mu universities, nambili barayikira heru, basobole kuba nibekolera bonka. So to come to that climax of the question, I would wish that I first go through why I have come here, we introduce the background, the position I'm standing for, why is it dormant, what have I done, and possibly what do we need to do. It will be very good to have a conversation like
Engineer.
that. Yes.
Echakuleta hano kiki.
Webali hata utandikire kungaruka mnijukiza ibara. Mathias. Thank you Mathias so much. First of all, I'm going to first use English to read some few things.
Okay, fine.
Omanyire ntakatandikire mkwenda okusoka okubanza okusima hize Kaguta Yoweri Museveni okutuwa obusinge and even grooming us kandi ni kira nokusasira n'abantu abafunire some disagreements during the post primaries mpikire hakitebe kya NRM nyasangao abantu nibangamba engineer baragenda mu radio please twine bintu byete bitako kyonka what I would tell you that our chairman, that is His Excellency Kaguta Yoweri Museveni, is totally working on it, and I'm very sure that we are going to have a better resolutions. You shouldn't get much of worried. It is the same in the whole Uganda. Abantu manyeti bakuikiriza abandi kusingibwa kandi abandi nibenda kutwale bya abandi. So ebyo byona chairman wetajja kuba nabigambaho. okulora nti tukwatagane tutaka nti tukozereke titubeere kale banyanzigwa nk'omuntu nkwagamba. But one day the president always encouraged us developments, and if you really know why the president has been emphasizing development, ekiro kimu akabagamba nti revolution is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of transforming society and to serve its people better. Hati hawak Jonard Alihan. Ngenda kusoka kuwasomera a very few sayings, a very few quotes, so that omundatandika kubaza mumanye who is my mentor, kandi mumanye abantu abanfollowinga musagamba Jonard amagezi gano gona agayikirenka kyonka nyo my mentor is Kaguta Yoweri Museveni, and also many ideological people and knowledgeable people. Ekintu kyokubanza mbagambire nti revolution is not a one time.
No.
Ekyo tukikwatako mu ngalo kandi tukwatege n'omutwe abokuba obundagarukamu okubaza nkwenaga nimbaza ekintu no referring what I say. Another point why Kaguta Yoweri Museveni he told us about that. He once also told us that in order to develop in Africa must embrace science and technology, otherwise we shall remain hewers of wood and drawers of water for the developed world. Hata aho nkwasira technology kyabombeka mpora niko mwetegereze a point ingenda kuba ninkwataho. So we are looking at also development via technology, and if Africa is developed, then I think we should do that. And to my wisdom, I commit to anchoring Uganda's development in innovation, research, and what? Technology. Ara kandi president akaikale na bazaho mono, he is emphasizing the wisdom of ekibaro. Mumanye ekibaro ekyo. Ekibaro na akenda muno ni okurora alesere bya PDM, something like that. So another point what I would wish to tell, I'm going to quote these things so that when I'm explaining and I'm talking about why I want to become a SEC member and why I'm wishing Rwenzori and Bunyoro to take me as their own candidate. But Bunyoro yu kasara hoira, Fort Portrait kasara hoira, era nyizire Kasese hanumuka abukwa nyowendi mining engineer, hati nebintu byanyu yone bya Kilembe mines bya Hima byaki byona bya mining. Ato mutatu aliyo Jonard kandi wa ali engineer wenyine bwe bintu bimwina mujja kuba rundi mukozere mu ensobe kati. The president has told us if you do not mobilize the youth and women, you are leaving out a big section of society from the development process. Hati tuli hano kumobilizinga ba youth na bakyala na buli omwena ni control development yaitu esoboire okugenda maiso. Ndaikuheregetera nanka zange zino sayings niko mutagamba kandi engineer wakakutugamba about ideology, but the president has always reminded us that a country without ideology is like a person walking in darkness. They do not know where they are going. I think you can know that if you don't have any ideology, I want to assure you, you are in the darkness. And so that ideology, I'm going to talk about it when I'm discussing here, so that we can know. And here I'm looking at a country at large. It is one without an ideology. But what about a person like me, Jonard engineer? If I don't have an ideology, am I in the darkness? So I will ask you which ideology you have towards getting or selecting a SEC position and who is supposed to be on that seat. The third last is that His Excellency has reminded us to integrate economically and politically with our neighbors to guarantee markets and security for our people. There are two words we should look at: economic and political. Any politics you are having, or maybe you are telling your people, does it have any factor of economy? Does it bring success in the people? So that's what we are also trying to go and speak about. Because there are many politics. I will do this. I will create jobs. I can ask you, can you explain in 2 paragraphs how you can create a job? If you don't answer it, then it means you were lying during your political rallies. So now, the second last is the challenge now is not fighting wars of liberation, but wars against poverty, ignorance, and disease. To my listeners of Guide Radio, I want to tell you, any leader around you, that we are no longer fighting wars. If someone is fighting a war, is wasting time. We are looking at how we can eliminate poverty from the community. We are looking how we can reduce or totally eradicate ignorance from our community. And we are looking how we can fight the diseases. Those are the major factors a leader should be looking at, not liberating anyone. I hear some people like in town there in Kampala and where we want to liberate Uganda. We want to liberate Uganda. But also I remember one time when President was addressing during 1986 January, he said that the liberation struggle is done. We are no longer going for a liberation struggle, but now we are going for development.
Yes.
So anyone still in the wars, you are wasting time. Even people who are in primaries and you are fighting, you are really not in the ideology of the party. So lastly, we say that you cannot build a strong house without a firm foundation, and our foundation was the liberation struggle. So that is the same thing I was telling you. Their foundation was the liberation struggle. Now it is time to build the house to the roof. The party we are in right now, tuinakuba ntugiombeka, iwe singa kiba nti omuntu ine enju yawe nungi, ogitandikira omusingo guteireho, watekawo buli kimu hati otandika kuleta aba engineers, abakumanya kuombeka iguru, ogwo bwamara noleta omusakazi, akuteka amabati nawo nogatekaho. So that's how we really do our things. So now, if we know the time we are in, it is making the house look nice. It's making our rooftop. Then what are we going to do? So I have marked those words. But remember, one day, Nimaya people, you are viewing me. One day when His Excellency sat with Obote, the late His Excellency Obote, he asked him, what do you want? Everything you have, you minister, you are what?
Yes.
I remember in his writing, he told him that when you are called to serve, it is time to serve. Mukama bwaba kwesero servinge, otatunura ngo nyina motoka zingaha, oba nyina bugaiga, oba nyinaki. No, that is the time. He was called to liberate Uganda, and that's why he left all these things. By the way, bantu bangi bakaleka ebintu ebirungi, they left them in Tanzania, they left them in Nairobi, and they came to liberate what? Uganda. Yes. But why, after that liberation, why is it that people are still complaining? Hawaka abantu nibasanga mu buntu unemployment nyingi ebizibu. That's why we are coming to this point. And that's why I'm on Guide Radio to speak to the people of Kasese that we are going to talk about what is SEC. Wawene kyogonza kumpabuza ntakatandikire okusobola ekikaro kino ekingenda kuba ninyumiza abantu kandi nimbasaba obusagi.
Engineer Jonard.
Yes.
Wagamba hakintu kya foundation.
Yes.
What were you meaning by the foundation being the liberation? I mean, what is the importance of that foundation you talked about? And what is it exactly?
Okay, hati when obunkwa ningamba nti the liberation struggle
was the foundation.
We got peace of mind. Okay? We got peace of the areas. Okay? We got freedom. Today you can do anything you want. You can drive a vehicle from here, you go and pick matoke from Mbarara, you pay your tax and save them. Okay? All that one was fought during the liberation struggle.
Yes.
Now what is remaining is for us to use whatever was fought for to ensure that we eradicate those three factors. The poverty, ignorance, and diseases which are killing people aimlessly. Those are the things what I'm looking at. But now, if I'm going back to the position, actually, that's what I'm standing for, the National Vice Chairperson Western, okay, and what we call a SEC position. Nsangire obuzibu bwingi nga abantu ekikalu kino bataga batakimanyira bakusinga. Abantu bagenda kololo bagamba tugenda for delegate conference nitugenda koma nanga nimba ijukiza nyesimbiro na bali omonsi. Okay, doctor, niwe incumbent now, niwe nkumanya wenga unyesimbiro now. From that side he has been the incumbent I think for 10 to 15 years aikaireho nka SEC member. Kyonka hata abantu tibakumanye kikaro ekya SEC member. If you want, you can put me on record, and I would wish to tell somebody who is watching me what is a SEC member. First of all, SEC is Central Executive Committee. What does it mean by Central Executive Committee? In engineering, in all things we do, a control center or a control unit, it manages all the machinery. If I build a small house, and I say that is a control center or a central unit, it controls everything in that plant. That is in the chain of production. Baito obutukwija hano omu leadership ola kagamba arohe bikaro ebya Central Executive Committee nikimanyisa ebyo bikaro nibyo ebidecidinga ngu kinu kiribate kitu kinu kigende hano kinu kigaruke hano kinu kigaruke hano hati kanki twalomba Kasese abamanyiro okucyumba seki position omuka niki ekicyumbiro kimanyo okyetegereza ekicyumbiro mukimanya ekicheni
ekichumbio
where we cook food from.
Yes.
Okay, now a SEC member should be a cook. A SEC member should be that chef is the person whom you will never see in the sitting room. Is a person you will never talk to, but is a person who will cook the nice food, and is a person who is not going to serve that food, by the way. They are the builders of the nation.
Engineer.
I want you to first listen to this point.
Yes.
A SEC committee, they are the builders of the nation. This SEC position, they should never be too much political. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have the factor of politics.
Yes.
It is okay because politics is daily for in the whole world. But there should be the people who sit down, plan for the nation, write proposals, analyze things, and ensure that the country is running on the right stand.
Yes.
That is a SEC position. And why I'm standing for that, by the way, I'm not standing for the MP, because I know being as an executive member, you have to give much time for research.
Yes.
You have to give much time for innovation. You have to give much time to benchmark activities and programs which can be able to develop your own country.
Yes.
And that is what we call a SEC member. Many of you have been asking me, but what is a SEC member? What is Jonard standing for? We are standing for a place in the structure. Remember when the NRA took over, and which is now the National Resistance Movement, okay? Haji Chigongo and the team, they decided to put on the structures. From the village, abantu makumi asatu ni mubamanya, those sate people from the villages. Those sate people from the villages are formulated, not elected. Why are they not elected? Because it's not on competition. We formulate to keep the strengths of the party in the district. Hano hati ni mungambira akujama mani ga FDC ningatalibaneza nakiri. By tukikuruga nti ngu structures ezo abantu makumi asatu kuruga hansi, they have not been empowered. They have not been reflected. They have not been talked to. So that's why the SEC member comes on now. SEC member is supposed to a SEC member like me now who is from Western, I'm supposed to ensure that these party structures down in my region, they are totally empowered before the elections. And we know that if we empower them, by the time the elections come on, everyone is active, everyone is singing in the party, and everyone knows what.
Engineer, please, I'm just trying to interrupt a bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Can you give us the relationship between the NRM, district NRM structure, and the position you are standing for in relation to delivering the wishes of individual members from the villages?
Very good. Thank you so much.
Because why I'm asking this is that actually you're trying to enlighten us much more, because some other people around abantu kwa heru tebakumanya even the importance of you getting the position there. So what is the relationship between the district leadership, the NRM, and the position you're standing for?
Hati nkanyowe mu district omusite yange hoy masite.
Yes.
Nyo chairman wa structures ezo. Zona kuruga mainstream mpaka ki hansi.
Yes.
Nyina na ba chairperson ba ward, ba chairperson ba divisions, okay? Zona nimba ni nzirora hanunti. Hati nyomute gwange guno gwina kumekinga sure we empowering the structures ezo kandi zisobole kuombeka pate. Structures ekigendero kaweze kyokubanza kiri kwensuwaringa the pillars what we call the democracy, patriotism, pan-Africanism, and socio-economical transformation eza NRM zibaire ziri felt mu bantu. Hati singo sanga ekyaro kimukira abantu 30 aro chairman wekitebe womu, okay, aro publicity secretary. Singa abantu 30 abomukyalo nibaba bali active, nibaba fora active, nkwenda kukakasa, nkwenda kugambira mazima no position tuna nando osa kugisanga. Kyonka structure zine zikusinga ati zilyamire akarurobukahuwa, there is no any empowerment. Iyo we habuze seki member omarate emyaka 10 otaketaga meeting ya ba chairman abasito baba pato baba district no mara omukisanja myaka 10 otaketaga any district chairman conference kumanya at least okagamba Kasese okwaliyo kizibuke ngwewo Kasese kuno nibenda okufurura abantu abali mu kirembe old mines ate ebintu bisakutalibanisa nkaitwa abekite hate kyo bayino okigamba okay kanti andiki when during the cabinet time nja kugarukayo ngende nkoleki nkibazeho hati seki member aina kumekinga suwa nti information ekuruga mu party structures egenda agumi yaki egenda agumi yaki. Yes.
Engineer John, are you telling us that for example ngebintu ebiromnaka bya kirembe mines nebindi that nga party iri munanka iri mu bwebembezi einese in the issues that are happening, for example bintu byanaka bya airport, bintu bya kirembe mines inese
ego.
No, how? Because now these are issues of technical people. These are issues of ministries.
No, no lekankugambire. His Excellency is the party chairman.
Yes, I know that.
Kyogamba taina say yogamba rugudora bakimutaka rukoze.
Even if he says it now.
Kyogamba chairman waitu mukuru taina say gamba airport ketaka hoi. Kyogamba chairman waitu omukuru muno taina say yokovaseeing ebintu bakitakuliwata kurungi. Oba nkugarukiremu. Have I tried to answer you? It is because SEC members who are top, who are supposed to empower the chairman, they have left them ignorant. Actually, this thing I'm doing, I'm helping Ugandans. Because most of them, they are using these positions to become big into their positions. Number one, a SEC member no was a president. Cabinet minister no was a president. MOP bakyabo bana baza na president. Hati iwo muntu omu kankwabuze oli minister, oli cabinet tiniko. Oina rights zokutwala mu Museveni okamugamba wewe His Excellency, there is a challenge here, we are having this problem. I wish it can you present during the cabinet.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
Na such member is an ex-officio. Now attending cabinet. Tiniko wewe. Yes. Hati kampabuze iwo muntu omu habwaki notwara positions zinkaina ezikutwara mu mukuru habako otatwaraho one position so that another one also can be able to reach the president and tell him iwe singa masters or the second cha technology nyoka antwale kya farming oba nyoka antwale kya mining oba nyoka antwale kya deforestation niko itwena tusobola okurakuranizaki eihanga kyonga bikaro bya seki bino bikaine bitwara abantu nibabifora dormant oli nosanga natware kikaro kino kimukipingiro mbwa minister habokwa we naenda kuikara ali minister ajja kugenda agambe already ndi cabinet minister oije oyende ne kikaro kya seki habake kikaro kya seki otakirekera Masias ataine kyakole kindi iwa akakwata akakora roads banzo lindao and obligations of what of a SEC member because a SEC member you have like 40 pages of obligations. A SEC member you have 40 pages of obligations. Oina kuyiza abantu. Oina kutoza aba historicals, those historicals who are there and they have been serving the party. You need to identify them. You need to empower them. Because the president is doing a lot. He cannot go in all villages. He cannot go everywhere. You need to identify that my region, Ruwenzori, during appointments, you have not appointed any person during this quarter. You have appointed in only one sub-region. Now, in Ruwenzori, we have these cadres. We have this one. We have these people who can help us. Why can't you appoint that one from Ruwenzori? Why can't you appoint that one from Greater Fort Portal? Why can't you appoint that one from Bunyoro? Why can't you appoint this one from here? So that one, it helps us. That's why from Rwenzori to Bunyoro, we don't have any person, by the way, in SEC. Ekyo ngonza kibagambira. Era nanye no muragaruka mujja kusanga na appointment site eza Bunyoro na Rwenzori ziba identito muno because titulinayo omuntu nkakuruga mu region zaitu zino agenzere kuli akubaliza abantu, okay? Abantu baitu bano. So it means that a SEC position, me, if I'm to His Excellency, nsobola okumusuggestingira okumugamba nti, why don't you separate these structures from active politics? Yes, so that the structures we can work together. And then for us, our work is to prepare the ground for the elective positions. By the time they come, these members are very, very clear that they can be able to win, to handle their grounds when there's no problem. One, if I'm the chairman of the party and I'm standing for the MP, and my colleague has been cheated and I'm the chairman of the party, who is going to who is going to sort the thing? That's because I'm already chairman of the party,
of interest.
And two people are complaining of rigging votes. Automatically, I tell the registrar, you just leave that one. That's why sometimes I think we are messing up. Now, if you're a SEC member, you're a cabinet minister, but a SEC member is supposed to discuss and say, this cabinet minister is not working. We need to replace him. But you're already a SEC member. It means you'll only be putting choice there. I'm okay, I'm very good, I'm perfect, I'm very good. So now meaning that when you are picking a SEC member, ningambira nywena abarwenzoli, nyowe nkubagambira mazima, ojja kuruga hano ogende Kololo, bakwe emitwalo 5, bakwe emitwalo 3, bakwe emitwalo 10, kyonka mazima ekikaro kya SEC member. All SEC position should have people who have brains. Habo kandi balina obwire, balina obwongo, niko omuntu asobole kuikara atekanize. A SEC member tali suppose kuba nazoka muno mu political minds everywhere. Aba abantu baikara kuli mu lab, baikara mu research, baikara mu finding out ebintu, kuloranti eihanga lili basilelita. But not every time you are launching, that's not a Central Executive Committee.
Let me come in with the Tusime Aida wa Mugusu.
Yes.
Yakaguza, does Engineer Johnny, of course maybe she missed out the name, is Jonard. Does Engineer Jonard mean that if there are issues of public concern, for example, in a district, a SEC member, like the position he is yearning for, has the right to address the public about that concern?
Very, very.
Because in most cases, some of these things have been left to the ministers, the chairman of C5, and the rest. Are you sure it could be the role of a SEC member also to address the public on such a matter? Anyhow, do we even know some of these people anyway? Thanks for the show.
Okay, so, remind me, and Tusime. Okay,
Aida.
Tusime Aida.
Mugusu.
Okay, Tusime Aida, thank you so much for really for following up the program. Hatini chokorora nkora this sensitization. You know, when you're a leader, you cannot be a leader at the same time a politician. I would fight hard and pray hard that SEC members should be leaders. They should never be politicians. Singo muchumbi akaba politician asobola kulisa emere yaijo na kugamba ya kiale. I'm telling you the truth. But should tell the truth. Like me, Jonard, I don't eat food which has the other day. My stomach will go bad. Now, if you do it, I go bad. Okay? So now, either what he's saying, it is what I'm trying also to explain. A minister will come as a minister, but on his back is also a SEC member. So he's addressing as a minister. But technically he's doing it wrong. Because a SEC member, I want us to go either slowly. Like me, I'm the party chairman of my Hoima city. Now, when USMID sends money and they make the roads and they are budgeting, I will have to ask, I call the political leaders, the mayors, whatever, and ABCD, the chairman of the party, wants to meet you over this. Or maybe I'll join the council, okay, when they're having their council, to understand when they are putting lights on the street, what happened. I'll write even to them, can you please come and explain how you used this money here and here? We released the money as this. The market has not been built. Those are the party structures. Party structures are supposed, you are supposed to oversee the government services.
Yes.
Because you are protecting the party. The party is not about Museveni Jew, Jonard Jew. That's why I'm going to take you back in the saying. Once President said, we should integrate economically and politically. I said I'm going to be going back through these words as you are talking,
Yes.
okay? Now, what does he mean? That let us look at the economical basis. We look at the political basis. So it means when you are a leader, when you are in this kind of structures, you are the party chairman of Kasese, okay? You find something is not right. You have a right to go to the RDC. You have a right to go to the cow. You have a right to go say, please, I'm here as the party chairman. Because now I'm the president of Kasese.
Yes.
Remember, president is our chairman nationally. When I'm in my city, I'm the party. I'm the president of. And we call them governors. Actually, in America, we call them what? Governors.
Yes.
Here we call them party chairman. So they are supposed to oversee. Now, when you move from the party chairman, I go to the SEC member. Now, a SEC member, okay, like maybe the person I'm talking about is the national vice chairperson. We are having already the national chairman is our beloved His Excellency Kaguta Yoweri Museveni. We are having the first vice mayor, that is Haji Chigongo, and he was the one. I want to put this one on record.
Yes.
The one and his few colleagues who brought this idea that we have taken over the government, but we need to strengthen our mobilization on the ground.
Yes.
And Muzei, in his sowing the mustard book, said, he told us that no, as much as we are going to do this politics, can we integrate economically and politically so that we make the services better for the what? For the community. So now, those party structures, you are not supposed to contest electively. People are just breaking these laws because you cannot serve. I gave you a few examples. If I'm the party chairman of Kasese and I'm standing for the MOP and someone wins me and I'm the one who is supposed to say, I think I stole you. I cannot say it because I'm already a party chairman.
Yes.
Okay, that's why Haji Chigongo, who began that route, he has never contested. You have not seen Haji Chigongo contesting anywhere. So meaning that these party structures, if you are to behave normally, if you are to work normally, you need to have much time.
Yes.
Because you have to intermediate many people. Now, as a SEC member, you have to help Kaguta Yoweri Museveni. You have to help your country. At least you combine like 2 meetings. You say now in this first quarter, let me meet the chairperson of women leagues across the Rwenzori region. Let us meet at hotel, maybe here in Kasese. They come, they will tell you the problems. They will tell even their own leaders. They will come and say, please, you see here our minister, he does not help us here. Okay, now it helps you to get a report. When you get that report, you are able to sit with those elective positions now. You say, my dear MOP, you know when you are here, there's something not going wrong. I think we need to do better here for the party. You need to give more time to the party. Maybe here they are complaining about the road. I'm going to help you. During the cabinet, I will talk with the Minister of Works to ensure that that road is put. Those are the SEC members.
Yeah. I think maybe let me straight away put this one in our local language.
Yes.
It's something very pertinent. Engineer Jonard Asiimwe kwa chindi chiri wende ngesa hano
Samota.
Ewabya ewole NRM party chairman no chairman ewe NRM neru kande wabi wabere yitsemba narine kabula at for example bamakukebe hamba wote na unayitsimbire so nekarenkane ati chakabura chibuya kumbe wabore party chairman for example wakabata kayimana kwa SEC vice chairperson owe national bini ya committee tsumbe echu chiti mwana kwa chindi tsumbe kuna lema ndiko botsoba byaho obatolera bini akasamara yonga party vice chairman owe western region naye na itsimbire for example in politics narabe kindi mulemesha charenga saha no like one time there was a scenario where a supervisor went to purchase. He overlapped, went to purchase. Now later on he brings the supply, and later on the engineer said, no, this thing cannot work. And he's the one who went to purchase, and he's the supervisor. So now he was like, no, guys, can you use like? He said, no, we cannot use on at our work. So that is the conflict of interest. Engineer Jonard Asiimwe atakumbe bangana baka college baka concentrating kwa sharol shabu eshiriko makomani mibiri party na kutsibu eresamalere mibiri na mikomakomanere eye party NRM utsere saha no do politics saha no komakomani mibiri NRM na rabende bendo uri abata tobondo uri mundu murabe mo politics na rubi akora biribukani yako konde uri mo politics batule ko machabende uri chairman kutso secretary wa party yanu na wako mu mubiri oyo ngana tukiri cyo hereze ukuki okwabantu ababurekera. I think this is something very pertinent. Maybe we pray that when you get there, please deliberate about such a kind of concerns such that the party gets to the right position. Otherwise, these conflicts of interest sometimes they actually fail some of the programs of the party.
Actually, thank you so much, Amasias, for interpreting to other languages. If you really need to understand this point that why Jonard has come on to teach all these things. You have been hearing me. I've been a sponsor of many football clubs in Uganda, and I have developed a number of jobs. So far right now we have over 7 factories which are going to, each factory may yield not less than 15,000 jobs, and it has been under my development and also my dear colleagues. We have been looking on the way how we can make this unemployment go on. Me, my worry is always one, unemployment.
Yes.
We are having many youth growing. Many people are studying. Many children are getting graduated every day. To me, my email, by the way, Masters, I can have over 1,000 mails for jobs in a month. So I ask myself, if we don't create jobs, if we don't create opportunities for other people, you see some people will come and tell you, when you vote me, I'll create jobs. When you vote me, I will solve the problem of unemployment. But I want to ask you a question. Just one. Ask that person, can you explain us in 2 paragraphs how you are going to end unemployment or how you are going to stop that unemployment? He can tell you, I will advocate people to get jobs, but that's not again a solution. Ekyo tikiri solution government emirimu ata okozereki ogiresero. Banyonsa kugambira some methods how we can make sure that unemployment has stopped. Ekyo kubanza twina what we call importation of technology in Uganda. We are spending a number of billions to import technology here.
Yes.
Kyonka twina bana basomera software engineering Makerere nkaha buli busitema kyambogo, people are educated, but you are not finding zones for technology. Abana ndi bamala ali kusoma technology yabo ni bagenda Kampala road kutunda laptop no kanika motherboard. Now where is Uganda going? Okay, ngenda kwaza account kano, and I want you to interpret it in that language.
Yes.
If Uganda at the moment right now, I want you to note this one. How other countries are developing their own countries. If you go to Britain, the age youth are developing their country. Because if you see like Rashford, he was 18 years already paying a high tax for his country. Meaning that he's contributing to the development of his country. But I want to assure you that in Uganda, someone between 18 years and 25 years or 30 years, it is less than 10% abakusasula omusoro mu Uganda. Kyonka nosanga nti the biggest people who are paying tax, they are from 60 years to 80. They are the one who are building the country.
Yes.
Now I want to ask,
and they are fewer.
In our local language, ite tugamba ekibira botarolere emiti emito, emiti emikule kahuamu, the forest dies.
Yes.
That in a forest, you need to look at the younger trees And that's why President Museveni is trying to fight hard to make sure that these youths are economically empowered by bringing PDMs, by encouraging them, by doing what? But what is worrying His Excellency? That the people around him are making him sleepy. Why? He has provided the whole platform, but the brains bringing those aspects are making him get tired. That's why you find him supervising.
Yes.
Actually, His Excellency shouldn't be even supervising those PDMs. If at all the system is very what? Fantastic and is correct. But he wants to find out why are people not coming out into that poverty, yet money has been released. That's why we are coming to that. If one day that we wake up that 70% of the middle age from 19 up to 35 years to 40, they are able to pay tax, they are able to develop their own country, this country is going to be in a safe fund.
Okay.
But our country will never be in a safe fund if at all we cannot be part of the transforming our own country.
Okay. Engineer Jonard anamukani hano akeke kana kwa bandobe hambangano kwa kwangula kulana amaba atuma bandobe ho bi busungu omaike Britain ukwe kuma Germany ukwe kana bandobe ho ukwalangela butukubone nende abalingwa minyetu mukano wa minyetu yeye kabya ikahamba kutsenera samarande kumituha emisolo amahereria ekireberia ku ekibera ati ukwalengana uti kibera kino chikindi shabyaho chiti emiti merere ya mabita samarara wandeke. Now emiti eminyoho iya samalerwa akandi emikulu ikindi byabara hwamu ayende midukishetwa niye hayi ekiro kyomunja. So nerekamu ati obutukubunene President Museveni akasa shanga abari akasa no kwa ground ko neka Kasese kende hoyima kende kakumero area samarere PDM esha structures esha NRM esha party NRM kushabya ishinamu empowering mean ishinamu hikereria esha membesha ashu ibalangira bati hasa hano banamusamara byari bekenda bete hasa hano banamusamara mu district byamenda bete hasa hano banamusamara esha parish. But President Museveni akabya forced kutini akakwerya hasa hano akalangira ebitu sebera yandeka ngesa hano namukangene kende kati wamaendo mu byarumwe yi mu district mwe abana kutse minyetu eritudi 11 kama kumyana sebali tu hamisolo aba ketu hamisolo badomye kangani 5 chinane kandi aba ketu hamisolo chinane yeno mekangani 5 chinane ne baki dia too few. Now enamba nene eyikali yakutsebo enamba nene ekerubu teacher yen namba eye minyetu 11 makumyana yamenene kayikida tuha nene kwat esaheno yamayenda akaenda ku kizuti via sec dere langira tibakere structures be active dere langira takahire mebera elangirende esha structures ya district esha parish sekavia active erebese koloni biriyasho ayer samara sha program sha government nukoneryo shanga tukirikeria ndeke na bandu be accountable. By the way, something I'm telling you, engineer, that sometimes even the president reaching an extent of making a pronouncement, you know, those people who have not paid back the livelihood, youth livelihood funds, we shall arrest you. And they are waiting for the president's pronouncement. Yet the structures are very, very clear that, you know, even that pronouncement is not relevant. After all, there could be structures of the party that are supposed to make a reminder messages that, you know, youth, this is your role. We are giving you money, but this you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. And this is the period up to this, you're supposed to have brought back the money. But the president drives the convoy to come and see these small things they're supposed to be done by. Yeah, so that's what I'm explaining to the people here.
So yeah, that is very good, yeah. And that is very good. And I would also before we go, I think for short break for the calls. Yeah.
Maybe before you come in,
yes.
Let me bring in this Bambale Kapere. He says he's Chidodo. He's saying maybe the problem could be that the NRM structures are not facilitated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're not doing a good job as you think. What is Engineer Jonard going to do to make sure that he gets this facilitation? Okay. What is it on the ground?
Okay, now
you will combine it as you respond.
Yes. That is Wambale is that I talked about empowerment of these structures. I want to give an example. In my city, Hoima, I have tried to work with everybody, but I put in a lot of money also myself. Because as a party, let me tell you, I want to give you an example. Sometimes it's voluntary work somewhere, but the party has a lot of amenities, more so when you're in second position. You can use all resources available.
Yes.
Okay? All connections available to create bigger things for your people.
Yes.
Give an example. Why do you think that leaders, after 5 years, they are suffering to go back? Because the party structures are dormant. I think Haji Chigongo should be laughing. Should be saying, you people, I gave you party structures on the ground which can keep you in power, but you have failed. Because if me am an MP and I have 30 people in every village, I cannot fail to keep those 30 people at least with my hands, every village. I will empower them in any way to ensure that the party keeps. If you calculate 30 people per village, by the way, you multiply the whole villages in the town of Kasese, you have won the elections.
Yes.
But the problem is that when these structures are not observed, we have the youth structures, the women structures, veterans. Are those veterans, they forget them forever. Because no one will come and say, now this Mzee is going to help me. What? He cannot run and look for me a job. So for them, they cannot come and even run for money, run for what. But now I'm coming to say that any sick position person should not become too busy. It is time for them to sit down and plan for the country. How? Get time and make sure that you visit your regions. Why do you think that these sick positions we are having for Eastern, we are having for Western, we have for Central, and we are having for Northern? It is because they want those people to go and find out in their region, what thing do you think, what factors do you think are making maybe our Northern either lag behind or move faster? What can we improve? What can we do? Then, as a SEC person, your interest is to strengthen the mobilization of the party vis-a-vis to empower the party. Now, empowering the party, you suggest things which are going to help. Like me, I was overcrying this Kilembe mine. It was contributing over 49% GDP to the country. Yes. Before we were born, we talked about Kilembe, we talked about copper mines, we talked about cobalt. Now, if you're a SEC member from Western, it is very easier for you to come and say, Kasese, if we revive Kilembe mines, and it goes back into its original years, it can employ over 50,000 people, directly and indirectly. So you will fight for that vision. You will fight for that thing until it reaches the cabinet, and you make sure that you work with the leaders present and you make that thing happen. But now the challenge is that if you become busy with other things, you will never think on how to make the party strong. You will never think on how to think and work with other SEC members. Like for me, Jonard, if I'm a SEC member, I'll make sure that I work with the Eastern SEC member, Central, and North. The good thing, every place I have projects. Every place I'm working there. So meaning that you can go and rob and say, in my particular zone, I'm having many academicians who have graduated. I need to have even statistics. I need to come and give the directive to the party structure chairperson. Yes. I can come and tell the chairman of the district, please, or the municipality, I tell him, please, I need you to get me the data of people who are recently graduated with these courses, with this and this and this in your place. I need that data sent to me. Now you are making those people busy. When you are making them busy, you cannot fail to give them some small facilitation to do that. And that's where you pick from some people. No koma momu abana, no basindiko mirimu. If Karamoja is going to take over, like by December we shall be launching a very big factory which can accommodate like 5,000 people. Why don't I pick like 300 positions and I say I have given them to Enzol? So that's why I'm telling you that a SEC member, you have to create. Kankibaze omurunyoro. Iwe SEC member, aba amuchumbi. O inakuwa manyire kuchumbe mere. O inakuchumbe mihogo, o chumbo sike, o male kusika, o teke hala sahani, aja kusembeza alondi.
Yes.
For me, if I'm in the kitchen as a SEC member, I don't need people to see me that I'm creating this, I'm creating this, I'm creating this. No. Someone who launched that can be a president, can be a minister. But you people there, after finishing this, you start another one. That's why in a kitchen, after cooking breakfast, someone begins preparing for what? For lunch.
Yes.
After lunch, someone prepares for the what? For the supper. And that's how we manage things.
Engineer.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Webali Muno. Let me first pick up something from Harris. Maybe before that, 0392-884-995 and then 785-445-157. And then for SMS, 0786-057-622. Mwasinja kutseba ulikire chini mba omusole chiruche munabire mwasinja kutsebo mwenua tuno engineer Jonard Akiki Oyukasa Okocha National Vice Chairperson or National Resistance Movement haba Western Region. Kwebu kende pokopokone neko akanjiriwe tikiwa. Hano hali Harris ala hanaka YouTube is saying, according to the engineer, one of the roles of these vice chairpersons in regions is to support the district structures to perform. He is giving us really a good direction of what we can do, because some of us were just hearing this for the first time, though we have heard several times that there are these representatives on SEC. What is he? How is he prepared to do this to ensure that these structures are supported, as he says? Then there is this Kabuo Edith Wahima is just saying, I think we have a fantastic candidate. My prayer is that he succeeds. That is from Hima.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
For real, I have told you when President Museveni was asked by Obote in his book of Sowing Mustard Seed, you were minister, you're everything, and he told them it is time to serve. It is time for me to serve as a SEC member.
Yeah.
And because if we don't come in, the revolution will never happen. And from one of his books, Museveni, he wrote, he told us that revolution is not a one-time activity, but it's a continuous time. Iwe, masi asitokura kubi, kusangu mwana wawa asomere bwaro ya kionka na atunde bikaide mukatari.
It's very unfortunate.
You find someone is an engineer somewhere, but is doing the job of a business person. Someone who has done business administration, kionka na ataipinga is a secretary.
Yes.
That is misplacement of professionalism.
Yes.
Nichokurora nti ebintu bino nibyo ebigenda okutufora banako. No mwane kya kusoma taliniki akoraki akora. What someone is studying is not what is doing.
Yes.
You find the people who are sitting in those positions, they don't have that professionalism. And the people who are having the professionalism, they have been left out.
Engineer, my request is, get on the paper. There are too many questions here, too many calls. WhatsApp is very busy. SMS, everything is packed up. I think I will be getting like 5 or 6 or now responding, and then another batch until we are there.
It is okay. You can get.
Yeah, thank you so much. Otherwise, I want to but thank you. Hello? Hey. Yeah, Anje? Wasinjeri musima. Osinja kutsibu. Osinja. So engineer wa kusima Ugamba, especially Ugamba, people take too many roles, and you find one role hiding another one, another one shielding another one. So if they were shared, then to be able to serve the people very, very well. So no kusima. Hello. Wasunje risima di. Egasi tuirwa. Enga. Chama ni wahai. Chama ni Museveni. Yakazi ile wati ameva isi wewe. Yes, vice wa Chigongo then Museveni. Okay. So uwa wale natekereza nti waija kuja kuba vice waba maybe district chairpersons. Ntoja kulemesa banaka banu so namusobola nti no ogu ni wa national kuli waba Chigongo and then Museveni kuli. So I think ya chikenga kurungi. Hello. Hey. Hey. Okay. Hey. Bamba leli swasinja oguna kusana kana yasima embazo zawe kana nasaba mkama akurabye kurungi. So hello. Hey. Wasunje risima di. Toma kulangera.
Sofa amabia ishanga zamanga akwa boba ngabo masiko usombo wa matangiramu. Ale mukikiri wachike oyo yuangarabamu.
Wasinja. Wasinja Abraham Kanyati yakaguza. God forbid tuwarabamu. Oraba ulirede kuyamba kusapotinga ogo. Oraba kozeki arabiremu. Hello? Akimbokiwe. Yes. Okay. Alikanjiro wasinja yagamba ntumukazina kawe. Oyolekere nti naso kulobinga emirimo. In and outside Uganda na hand honor. So yakaguza ntumukazisa hano tuine kizibyo kugunanka tugure emirimo. You can't get a job unless you've paid something.
Everywhere.
Iwe nga national vice chairperson wa Weji region. Uratuyambo ota
Supervision.
Okay. So nkeku uchandika uragarukamu. Hello? Wasunje risima. Okay, wasija utsibu. Ogo yakaguza ntati nabo moraraba mu voting abakubakoma niba.
Okay.
Ramusobora the time. Hello? Hey. Hey. Okay. Okay. Wasijari musima wanagamba nti webala muno kugamba akanta kugamba nti I think you talked about did you say misallocated professionalism? Misallocating professionalism? Ya omuntu akamara for example a lawyer alena nanka natunda kuli ekikadi. Omuntu akakora administration ali mu bintu so it was like akantu karungi kandi obora ikai mazima otuyamba. Hello? None mushakulu nende wanje? Bunyaruguru. Rubiriza ha? Kali akire kusubamu achakaguza engineer who is going to vote for you, who is supposed to vote. Hello? Okay. Hello? 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 Texas will teach. Nga wasinjeri simu. Nga. Kali. Okay. Nakaguza mwesimbera bengaya harimo nabakazi then ekindi yagamba nti this is the first time kuhura omuntu ezere kuno koraki okubaza bintu kebi ebya sek then ekintu nasaba nti mukama kwa kuyambe orabemu then oborarabamu turatunga omugisa ogorake okutembanga ka motoka hano tukajayo kujaguza niwe
biyo na
hello okay okay yeah. Yeah, this is Joachim is still talking about the issues of job selling, but his most his point is mainly nosanga they want only one person or 5, for example. Abantu applyinga 30 betu bona ni baba yao sente, you know, and yet they know they want only 5. Brazilian finally. So we have closed for now. We shall come later on.
Okay, abakusinga himamba wegeni basima busima kanda like nkwenda okubajukiza nti I'm one of the people who wrote to the president about the technology transfer system. Anambiri nyaroleire nti bunyabaire nyizire muno nkarora nti aba experts bangi ni baruga aheru kandi nibaleka abana basomeka. So I proposed BPS. I told him no, if an expert come, let him work for 1 year, 2 years, and the junior or maybe the deputy, once he masters the technique, leave him to go. Me, I can tell, like in oil and gas, there were very many expatriates. We had over 1,000 of expatriates. Bazungus, you entered the restaurant, so no Bazungus. Yes. But right now, 3/4 are African. And that's the method I'm giving you. If you say you're going to fight unemployment, what methods do you have?
Yes.
Someone says I'm going to advocate. We have many advocators in Uganda, by the way, others even are working for free. But now, which methodology are you going to use? Okurora anti-unemployment has been what? Has been curbed. There are many things which we are doing. Like now, research and innovation. I'm one of the members, actually. We are going to first launch our demo in November. The satellite, it's going to be called John Basalt 1. John is Jonard.
Okay.
And we're going to launch that one in November. If you want to invite you, you can come and see the first fabricated satellite from Uganda, which is going to tap the technology, whatever, and so on. We have a vision that by 4 years from now, 6 years from now, Uganda should be at least starting its own satellite models. We have introduced many satellite clubs in schools because we want to prepare the technology of these younger people. We are importing a lot of billions of technology, but if we can turn that money to Ugandans, to our people who are educated, to younger people who are educated, that money is going to help. I want to give you an example economically. Revenue was supposed to collect a tune to between 2.8 trillion to 3, but they went beyond. And when you do a research, most of the money came from the online businesses, taxes, because the technology has changed on. That's why someone who is saying about the jobs, really, we need to advise His Excellency Museveni, who is our party chairman. He should have the good ideas from the SEC members that, you see, we can reduce unemployment like this. We can. That's why some of them here have said about Manya, you go there, the same faces. Actually, this one is from, this one was sent, the message is from Mitiana. Is the chairman of NRM from Mitiana. He's thanking our program and he's saying, engineer, you need to explain how you are going to reduce that kind of people who just go there and sit, even we don't know the seculars. Actually, he's saying, why are we voting for seculars? Because it seems they don't do anything. No, please. I told you when I was beginning, revolutions does not happen only one time. Yes. It will always continue and continue until you get the perfect service. So let us not get tired by selecting these members. You have told me, Marcius, it is for the first time you have seen someone coming here to explain who is a SEC member. And why am I doing it? Because me, I'm not hiring for leadership. I'm not hiring for political, but I'm hiring for unity because I'm worried. Me, I may have some little man I have, but what about my grandchildren? What about my community around? What about the people who are the generation we are raising? You give an example. If I was with His Excellency, I would tell him now next season, we had the PDM in agriculture. Now this time I want a PDM in internet. Yes. I want a PDM in technology. Yes. I want a PDM in the other type of industry. I want PDM in music. I want PDM in this. Not only what? Agriculture. Yes. Because you will find that if you give the use of today hours, that pig, okay? You give him one pig. Before even it reaches where he's going to raise it from, you have solved it. If you give him money for chicken, to go and raise chicken, before even they reach a level to give maybe eggs, he has sold them. So meaning that the ideas we are giving His Excellency, they should come from the Central Executive Committee. And I want to assure you, listeners, Jonard is going to stand and already is nominated for the National Vice Chairperson for Western Region. I want to again tell you this person so that you can know them. When you go to Kororo to vote, or maybe to line, you will find many people confusing you. But now it is time we stop crying of unemployment. We stop crying of poor service delivery. We stop crying of people who cannot bring up a new thing. You know, one person can change many. Yes. If Jonard comes in, I can resurrect some of those ones who are sleeping. I can come and tell you, please, let us build such a thing. Someone even who was somehow weak will get. But by the way, my history, what I want to tell my people here, I've been an academic giant in the country. Since I started studying, it has been hard someone to win me in the country up to my university. So I have competed with many bright people in the world. Be in China, be where. I have known how people can create things. I have known how people can make lives change better. Nichokrora nkugambira ngwati obwire buhikire His Excellency akwenda naba abantu who can integrate policies and mobilization. Atali kuja Marcius oye, Marcius oye, kyonka Marcius oye narale njara. No, we need people who can solve our problems, people who can predict very far.
and they come and make sure that they use the existing resources. Give an example. If you are a teacher, if you are a student, okay, let me give an example. If a student, there is a library.
Yes.
There is a chalkboard, and a box of chalk. You have been given there. It is about you to get an A in your mathematics or not.
Yes.
Now it is the same thing where you find yourself that you have to get books, you read, you revise, and then finally you make sure that you pass. If you don't do, that is the same thing. Uganda has the full library. But now the people who are sitting in the library are putting on headphones, dancing music, they are putting on whatever. They are not doing what exactly they are supposed to do. That's why we are coming on and saying, no, the generation is rushing. By the way, you people, we are going to be burnt in our own houses. Because the generation is growing faster, they are thinking faster. If we don't come and intervene earlier and be with them, work with them, we make them busy so that they can make sure that they come up with better ideas, we are likely to lose them. So someone saying in your song have shown, okay, that one for the jobs, I have already provided jobs more than 20,000 and we are continuing to get more jobs. And Rwenzori people, you are going to test in my 5 years. I'll be coming here and making sure that we get into jobs. Even this Kilembe Mine is properly done, we shall ensure that you get all mind of the jobs. About the violence and divisions we are having here during voting, those are the things which the SEC has been sleeping, and now it needs to wake up so that we can make sure that we bring things up. Kasese Guide is saying who are giving to vote this ideology. Okay, the people who are going to vote. First of all, they are like me, I'm the chairman with 12 members at the district, okay? We are having those mayors. I think this is the Kasese municipality?
Yes.
Okay, we are having those mayors. We are having the division mayors, the sub-county LOCCDs, those L5s, the MOPs, and even women leagues, councillors. We are going to have the special interest groups like those PWs. Whoever is going to go to Kololo as a delegate is going to vote Jonard as the national vice chairperson for that. Someone was asking whom I'm standing with. At least I know someone who is an incumbent is Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, is the one whom I want to replace with effective from August 25th once I win, and then we are going to launch also Rwenzori, and Bunyoro should have at least a SEC member who can think for them, who can lobby for those historical appointments, because it is an appointing authority, who can also come and say, no, we need to have this in our region so that we don't leave all things always to run in one region. We need to work for that also too.
Yeah, thank you so much, engineer. Thanks for that interpretation. The number of messages here, the number of WhatsApp, maybe calls, but not before that. This one is YouTube. This one is Kasese Guide. I think this one has been is asking who are going to vote for. This one has been worked on, and then this one is Peter. I was going to handle the continuous voting wireless. Is asking what plans do you have? I mean, what we have seen, for example, in the previous elections.
Yes.
For MP flag bearers for NRM, what plans do you have to handle such a kind of violence and this kind of situation that we saw first day last week?
I think we
and then maybe before that, this one is Mariam Atuhaire, says in Chitagwenda. Can the engineer explain to us briefly, explain and interpret to us briefly the 4-acre model the president has popularized? Just briefly for me. That's Mariam.
Okay. So, first of all, let me give an example of what is happening. You know, I told you when I was starting about the ideology. The president told us that if a country has no ideology, it is like someone walking into darkness.
Yeah.
I want to caution all leaders to know the ideology of this country and know the ideology of the party. It is like you being in your own family and your family doesn't know the ideology of the home. Like me in my home, all children and everybody living in my home, our ideology is first academics. If you're not an academic giant in my family, I want to tell you, you'll never have peace. That's the ideology. We read, we research, we make sure that we find out. And many people who come into these positions, sometimes they neglect the ideology of the party. The party is to fight ignorance, fight poverty, and also fight diseases. If you mention those things during your campaign, you're not going to fight with anyone. You're not going to quarrel with anyone, because you will concentrate on how to create jobs. You will concentrate on how to reduce ignorance among people, because some people don't know some of the things like this now, like the SEC positions. I'm very sure you even in Masters, you were hearing the SEC positions, but you had little knowledge that a SEC position, someone can have all those authorities, and this is an appointing authority. But now here, when someone says on the policy development model, if you go into details of my manifesto, I have expounded the PDM more than what was written during that time. Actually, I have expounded it in 8 pages and also extrapolated it to increase to around 34 trillions. So if I begin explaining the parish model, I want to tell you that I will not finish here. But I think if we see the parish model is a whole holistic approach targeting all parishes to empower communities through the wellness creation, infrastructure development, and social services. And this model is still being rolled out. And while some areas have seen slow uptake, others have benefited from improved local governance and resource mobilization. Though me and the government, we shall continue to invest in training local leaders and improve the coordination to ensure our PDM delivers tangible. Why we would promise new programs? Uganda challenges are complex, and involving new programs are designed to build on the success and address the gaps of previous initiatives. And I'm very sure our commitment is to continue improving and not abandoning the existing programs, but enhancing them while introducing complementary interventions. I would want to add on also and summarize. Would want to acknowledge the challenges in Emyoga and the PDM, but highlights their positive impact and transformative potential. The approach is to learn, adapt, and scale up with stronger governance, accountability, and community involvement. And I want to promise new programs is part of strategic. We are having phased the approach to Uganda social, economic transformation, and ensuring no one is left behind. So PDM is somehow extensive, but we need to improve it more to the changing environment so that everybody can know how to benefit on the parish development model.
Engineer, Ogun Oliver Twice Wakasa Municipality. You are government from the beginning, muja kugenda kololo. Meaning you have electoral colleges.
Yes.
But it says in most cases, the electoral colleges do not represent the interests as I want to bahas.
Yes.
They go there, mugera mu campaign zanyu, of course, by meeting as individuals. So, what is your plan?
Hati, ekintu ekyokubanza, I would want also to repeat. You know me when I'm reading these quotes, I like someone to write them. I have told you revolutions is not a one time.
Okay.
It is a continuous thing.
It's okay.
So most of the things you are seeing, they are very funny. But I want to tell you there will be one day when people will know that this is why we do this thing. You have seen His Excellency Kaguta. He has written, he's very tough on these malpractices which have happened right now. So you think they have not been happening? They have been happening. Now it is time when even the state, the government is fed up. He's saying, no, we cannot continue like this.
Yes.
Also, people one day are going to rally and say, no. Who is a SEC member? I have been voting. I have been running before someone for many times. But this time I want to know, why do you want me to line behind you? Like me and now, Jonard, it's going to be very hard. Someone to convince that someone that a SEC member is just a person who is, you just give a person to saying thank you. People are going to take the money, but you're going to see the mantle. That's why you are seeing the elections of this season. They have surprised many people. People came with buckets of money, sacks of money. But I want to assure you, everything was turned down. And that one doesn't rule out that some of us don't have money. Please, if I'm sponsoring teams close to 3 billion, just football clubs, don't think I don't have money for the what, which I can do that. But let it not be a stronger point why you are going for elections. Because if Jonard nyowe, singa nsobola kwe mitwale esatu, obeta. But nkwenda kuhauza, singa aija, omwekulembeze ondi, who is very knowledgeable, who is ready to transform this western region of ours. But he doesn't have that money. Can we lose him? Then it means us now, we need to create that boundary. We need to create that new world to these people. Let us not continue saying that ebintu babikorabati. That's why you are seeing me in the region of 40 Rwenzori. Now, I need to educate my people. I need to do this civics education. Someone has sent me here and told me, engineer, you need to help us and pass on all this civic education to all parts of Uganda. Is writing here because Uganda has been missing such information. They don't know what they are doing, and finally they suffer. Finally, these structures suffer because someone just come, you line up. They don't know the person they are lining to. But I want to urge everybody that as we are going for these positions, I want you to remember, Jonard, when you go to, actually even you can Google and search about what Jonard has done in this country. Engineer Jonard Asiimwe. Just Google. You know, here people don't lie. You need to go on internet. You are going to see how many things someone has done for the country. You will see football clubs, you will see mines, you will see satellites, you see technology, you will see factories, you see whatever. That one will give you a basis of saying that I think this younger man. However, some people say we are young. Okay, so at 7 years, I may be young, but I want to ensure you that all people in this government, they took it over when they're in the 20s. 20s, 31, even others 14, 19. But now, it does not really break someone to say, at certain cannot be a SEC member. Because we need to integrate now the age. I want actually to speak about that point, integrating age. I want to assure you that if you want to integrate age, my age is the best one. I can learn from elders. So at 7 years, I can learn from someone of 70, right?
Yes.
50, 60, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I can also listen to a younger population. Today I was in Bunyanga, who is very younger people. We are sitting together. They are telling me their problems. They don't fear me. They are telling me everything because I can integrate. Now I can carry these views and take them directly to the person whom they were fearing to do what? To take them. So that's a very good age of integrating. And that one, it ensures there is continuity in the party. But now, if we leave out these years because people think someone to be a SEC member, you should be having a gray hair, I want to assure you that you're going to leave up something in the middle. By the time you want it to be over, transformation cannot happen in one day. I think it is better we build ourselves. Let me leave you to first discuss with the committee outside so that we... Yeah,
maybe our two last questions. This one is Gumira Faizo. Is on YouTube. Saying Kasese is suffering, has challenges concerning sports and mainly soccer and netball. So actually, they look at you as their savior. They are praying you get through, so that maybe they'll be able to get you support, both psychological and physical.
Thank you so much.
Then there's this one. This one is Judith Tamuza. Says he's from Katu Kabatoro. Is saying it's a very wonderful show, and we've got a number of lessons from you, Engineer Jonard. Please empower us. What therefore do you want us to do as the last and common population, now that you have electoral colleges? My worry is that you have talked good, but how about your electoral colleges? Are they again going there for money or to represent us? So those are some of the concerns.
First of all, I would tell you that even up to now, we are giving them money. People come with different few challenges here and here. But for us, that's not the way we are building the nation. Amidst that, I want to give you this quote of John Podhorettis. He said, every great political campaign rewrites the rules. Devising a new way to win is what gives them campaigns a comparative advantage against their foes. Do you know why I'm telling you that? Things are never common. Today you may think I'll just bring money and lie people. But what if Uganda, I have empowered it with knowledge? The delegates are listening right now. Yes. They are watching me. We have told them, come and listen why you are going to Nambole. That's why candidates at Nambole are going to find problems. Because not everybody is going to just go like that. He needs to know, why am I getting this candidate? Those days, people would be just pushed that you go and vote this one. But now these days, they ask why. What are you bringing on the table? So I think that one is going to be rewritten. This is a story which is going to be written. And my dear madam, that point of electoral colleges, we are organizing them, we are talking with them, and we are with them. But this civic education is very important to go even to the common person who is not in the party, or who is not in the party structure, yes. And even that one is the party structure. If Matthew can know here today, yes. And you meet a delegate, you are going to tell that delegate, I hosted Jonard, yes. Engineer in my, but the words he said, this is what I learned more. As a SEC member, who am I going to vote? And you will be doing my part where I'm not. But imagine if I didn't come to this radio. There are people who are listening. There are people who are learning. And I'm very sure they are going to take this information to those exact people. And even those delegates who are also listening themselves, they are going to educate others. So that when that education continues year by year, we shall find ourselves knowing why we go for voting, knowing why we are doing that. But we are sure we shall deal with the electoral colleges. When they come to Kololo, we have already prepared for them. We shall also educate them. We shall eat with them, drink with them. We ensure that they vote for the right person, but also knowing the knowledge and getting to know why they need Engineer Jonard. I'm greeting also a woman from Bunyangabo there. There is a lady. She said she listens to Guide Radio. And when I'm there, I greet her, Madam, I've greeted you. And also, we shall ensure that we tackle your challenges you are going through, and everything will be done.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Let me get out something from Bambale Amos. He says it's a very great show, very educative, very guiding. It's very, very important. We pray that in the future you come back, engineer, and you give us much more. Then this one is Kabuo Erenora. Akabwati masibiri nyobo simu sinje show wenenga, and it's like we just pray for our delegates to follow the right candidates. Otherwise, this is a very, very fantastic approach of doing campaigns. Then this one is Eleonora the something, the Nazi. Yeah, it's like, when is the engineer coming back? Or are you telling us the show is ending? Yeah, of course, everything has a beginning and then an end. So I think maybe engineer, if we follow up this issue, most of the people, actually people are just very happy.
It's okay.
I can just say they have enjoyed. They have got something from the show. They have got educated. I think you have guided them very well. I wish they were all going to vote.
They would just vote massively.
We'll do something anyway. So we wind up the show and we have a few things, and then we see how we move on.
Okay. What I would tell you that the Jonard you are seeing here, I have been grounded. In every region of Uganda. I didn't tell you that I was once even a senior teacher when I was still studying my degrees and masters.
Okay.
I have taught in every region. Beginning from Bukedi, I have taught Bukedi from Busia, Isuguru Island up to Torokona. I have taught also in Tororo, every place. And those eastern, I've gone to Karamoja. I've done a number of projects from there up to West Nile, up to Pakwach, up to Lango, up to Acholi, and I've been also in all places of Chigezi. I've mapped from Kisoro, Rwanda, Muko. I've gone up to Ruchiga, Ntungamo. I've done a lot of things in the country because I've been working with every group to ensure that we have jobs in there. For the younger ones also, we prepare for those ones retiring very well with a number of businesses and opportunities for them to supply. So I would want to assure you that Jonard is one of the candidates who has support across Uganda, and from today become his delegate, become his campaigner, become his educationist partner, so that what you have learned, go and teach it to your neighbor. Genda osomese mutai wawe. Nikona nyo obundi bangarukira ndundi okulaunchinga a new project here in this place here. Over okugamba hima, I have come for this. Maybe Kasese, I have come for this. I want to ensure you that I will make you remember that I was once in Guide Radio that teaching these similar things. When you are getting the jobs, when I'm advocating this, like when that mine is rehabilitated, what we are looking at, the Kilembe, the new Kilembe, so that we would think that that is one of the event I have been praying for, that mine should come out again, because during the Amin time and Obote time and the European time, it was a very big event for the country. So I don't see why we are keeping it down. But those are the old things where the president needs to be helped and said, no, please, this is and this and this. These cabinet ministers are too busy. But when they're having supporting structures like the active SEC, I'm very sure even their performance can be measured high. Even MPs, they are having a lot of responsibilities. Some of them, they cannot fulfill them because they lack support from the SEC committees. And I'm very sure if the SEC positions can also empower the MPs of the region, the MPs who can cry for a road, the MP can cry for something little when they cannot have people who can come and say. But if I'm a SEC member and I happen to have an MP from Kasese, he makes an appointment with me, and then we discuss on how I can be able to integrate his issues into the cabinet paper and ensure that the issues of this particular constituency have been done. That's why we need to build our own SEC position members. At least if we have one person, Nugamba kangene mbaze na Asiimwe Kasita mwana womuka, mugambe kinu na kinu, asobole kukikora. I think that's what we need to look at, and then we ensure that we are all having the same goals. And those ones who are going to vote, please tell your neighbor, tell any delegate you know that I know this delegate. Are you going to vote Jonard? I'm called Engineer Asiimwe Jonard. Are you going to vote for whom are you going to vote? All the people have been there, like Dr. Kurisi has been there for 10 years. I'm very sure that you have your reasons of voting him or not. But for me, I would tell you that my manifesto is very brilliant, and we are going to ensure that we work. For me, not coming for the MP, I wanted to serve as the best SEC member to ensure that I work with all leaders, I work with my seniors, I get advices, I work with the regional leaders, I work with the municipal leaders, and everybody so that we bring up the solutions what our party wants. The party has advocated for the economic transformation, and I would wish also that one also prepare the grounds for those MPs and mayors and everybody coming by making the structures very active. If we empower their children and they get jobs, those structures, if you empower them, they get business supplies. I'm very sure by the time you come back for the MP to stand, your region will not ask you money a lot. I want to quote this one. Do you know why these days that an MP needs $1 billion to win? I'm asking you, Marcius.
No.
No, you don't know. So, the problem why someone now, the challenge why someone needs a lot of money to win, those party structures are made just dormant throughout the 5 years. Now when someone who comes, they say, okay, now you have come, bring the money.
Yes.
But now imagine, from the day you get these chairs, you work with the leaders,
Yes.
you build every village with those party structures.
Yes.
By the time you come back to stand, I'm telling you, you report less money because people there with that morale of the what? Of the party. I think that one, it is very important to ensure that we look it on and we back up our leaders, so that our leaders who are good, they don't make them that they have not served, but it is because of the challenges we are going through as the general party by not empowering the structures. And I will work hard to ensure that the structures are empowered.
Yeah, thank you so much, Engineer Jonard Asiimwe. By the way, we have had enough from, I wish this information we had it several times. I think our role would be, we shall keep reminding our listener, especially on these electoral colleges, so that we task them that when you go there, please, engineer is there. And another thing, by the way, Kulika baby. Somebody tipped to me that when we were getting in here, that 2 days ago you got a baby girl, Kulika baby engineer.
Much as you were torches that
No, we don't have to get to do that. Anyway, everybody listening to Kasese Guide Radio, thank you so much for being there, and thanks so much for being with Engineer Jonard. My praise that he gets up there, and then those in Nambolo or Koro, whatever they'll choose to be, gives them a vote, because he has a lot to do for us. And by the way, most importantly,
yes,
he is able to stand between Abagurisi and Abato. Hey, he's able to mediate. And after all, he has begun the job. He has begun the role. He's doing it. So, masanja kutsema bali kirebo show abachine mbo musondolia chiro chamunabire masanja tuli kirande ketuko teshano chiro chamunabire yamahora hanu mulekibya emukalwako.
Yes, Pastor.
Congratulations, I saw your tweet.